Okay, good morning and welcome to my cooking channel. This is what we're going to be making today, this beautiful spiced fruit loaf. Right, come on, let's get cooking. Right, let's get started. I'll introduce our ingredients as we go. 200 mils of warm water I've got here. We're going to add 20 mils of milk to that, and we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of caster sugar, and we'll give that a bit of a stir to dissolve the sugar, and then we'll add our yeast and give it another bit of a stir. There you go, that's done. So I'm using a yeast that has bread improvers in it, or enzymes. This actually helps the bread to store longer and keeps it a softer texture as well. Right, while that yeast is doing its thing, let's measure out our dry ingredients. We want 360 grams of plain flour. That is 340, 350. Oh, there we go. 360. Right. Into that, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, then 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, 2 teaspoons of mixed spice. Make sure it's mixed spice and not allspice, there's a big difference. Then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. There we are. And now just stir that in and break up any lumps if you can find any lumps. I'm going to put this in the bread maker once I've got the liquid ingredients in. So let's go and have a look at our yeast to see whether it's foaming yet. And there you can go, that's definitely foaming. So let's put that into our bread maker. Right, so into our bread making pan. Now, if you are not using a bread maker and you're using a stand mixer, this goes into the stand mixer. Just get the last of this out. If you are using a bread maker, which I always do because I just don't like the tedium of kneading, then you can pop it into your pan. Once you've got all the ingredients in there except for the fruit, you can put it on its knead cycle. So we've got our liquid in here. Let's put our flour in, and we also need, lovely crashing noises in the background there, we need 2 tablespoons of rice bran oil. There we go. And then the rest of our flour. Once that's in there, I'll put it on my bread maker and set it to knead. If you're doing this by hand, you can put it in a bowl and bring the ingredients together with the end of a wooden spoon handle. Once it's together, turn it out on a breadboard and knead it for 10 minutes. Now in with our fruit. I was going to say something, you barely hear me. Right, on a lightly floured surface, let's get out our dough and let's just make sure that fruit is a bit more evenly distributed. There we go. That's a bit better. I'm going to put this, I'm going to oil a bowl and then put this in the bowl. And now I've put a little bit of oil in there. Don't need much. It's just to stop it from sticking. We're going to leave this in here for around about 40 minutes, and once it's doubled in size, it's time to put it into our loaf tin. Right, that's doubled in size. I'm now going to reshape that and put it in my tin, and then I'll put it in the oven with just the light on for another hour for its final rise before I bake it. Right, there we go. I don't want to muck around with this too much. There we go. That should do it. We'll cover that and pop it in the oven and take a look at it in about an hour's time. Right, let's have a look at this. Ooh, now that is ready to go into the oven. So I'm going to turn it up to 180 degrees, and I want to put this in roughly the middle of the oven. As soon as it's ready, I'll pop it in. Right, into the oven. There we are, straight out of the oven. Whoops. And there it is. One beautiful fruit loaf. And we'll let that cool for 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll get a knife in and we'll have a nice taste. Okay, let's have a wee taste. Mm. Oh my, flavour. I've never bought a fruit loaf at all from anywhere that's tasted as good as that. That is absolutely beautiful. Hope you make this at home. I absolutely promise you this will be one of the best spiced fruit loaves you've ever tasted. Okay, I'll catch you on the next recipe.